everybody. Welcome to our podcast. This is the fourth week roundup for the World League. We have Mark and Rob with us. How's it going, guys?
It's wonderful, Sam. It is absolutely, unequivocally wonderful.
Now, are you saying it's wonderful because of the Raiders situation?
Well, I felt like this. Stevie broke, the Dolphins, they broke my quarterback. And so it was only just that I broke his face in fantasy. It was tit for tat.
That's right, and we'll get to that here in a little bit. But Mark, you are putting up the points this season.
Yeah. I'm up here for now. I still haven't quite reached that Don level, but I'm gunning for him within the next couple of weeks. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and on the flip side, Rob, you are improving every week. You have been. Each week you've been putting up more and more points. So, dude, it's only a matter of time, Rob. It's only a matter of time.
Well, first, Sam, I'd like to say how I'm doing this week too. You can tell by the uncomfortable silence at the beginning there that Mark and I are desperately trying to not talk over each other.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm doing very well too, Sam. Thanks for asking.
Great.
And yes, we're going to change the rules next year because Gangrene always tries to change the rules where he picks up. Next year, touchdowns don't count for anything. It's all about yards. Man. If that was the case, I would tear it up right now, man. I got literally, dude, outside of Gio Bernard, out of all my skill players, I got my first touchdown last week, guys. I started out of Eddie Lacy, man. I've got one touchdown for my skill players.
Oh man!
Outside of Bernard.
I feel, it's, what did you say it was? It was a hangover from championship? What did you call it again?
Yeah, it's a hangover from championship. It's a miscalculation on that these young wide receivers would actually catch footballs in the end zone,
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right, Rob. But, let's get right to it. And I'd like to talk about the first matchup, Mark's matchup here, the Cousins.
I got this one.
Do it.
It's all you, baby.
Yeah, there's not really much to say. Tom Brady is, as Rob put it, he's old. He's very old. I mean, seriously, that was just a pathetic attempt. I mean, I don't like Kansas, but I actually was rooting for him after a while. I was like, I hope he didn't. I was just hoping that they injured him. I mean, I think that freaking Garoppolo is probably better than him right now. I really do. He didn't, you see, because Stevie just didn't have a lot of support this week. I mean, he still put up 119 points, which is pretty solid, actually. And I think this is like the second week that J.J. Watts has had a touchdown. Didn't he catch one against the Raiders, I thought, or something like?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he just, in some of his positions, I think that he's struggling, and then, the injuries kind of decimated him going early. He's still holding on to Marino. Zach Stacy is a no-brainer to start coming up here soon. And, with him having a limited amount of guys to go, we were able to just bash him to death, which I enjoy doing. It's always fun when it's family. And so even Drew Brees, I don't think Drew Brees has had a solid game or a Drew Brees-esque performance as of yet. But I think that's coming. Phillip Rivers is an absolute beast this year.
Yeah.
He's tearing it up, man, tearing it up. So I just, again, I don't think that my running backs are too bad. I don't think they're too good either. But yeah, as long as Antonio Brown is around, it's going down.
Yeah, hey Mark. So are you saying that the shock of the season is that I know Sam's affected by this, that you didn't really see Arian Foster getting vultured by J.J. Watt out there on his touchdown total this year?
Not even, Rob. If anything, it was supposed to be Alfred Blue, who averaged 9 yards on 9 carries or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, did you see Dontari Poe block on in the Kansas City game? They brought in their defensive tackle, put him out there as a fullback, man. And he laid Will Park back by 10 feet. It was awesome, man.
But it takes me back to '85, like the Bears, stuff they used to do with Refrigerator Perry. Remember, they would give him the ball and just go get it, and that's kind of what it took me back to. And J.J. Watts is a phenomenal player. That's a really good defense, and I would consider holding on to him. There's still, old man still has legs. Reggie Wayne scored, had a pretty big game actually.
Yeah, we've done that game. Let's focus on the big question of that game. You mentioned Tom Brady. His arm started failing 2 years ago. Last year wasn't too hot. The team did okay. I mean that was his arm is shot, and I don't care how little talent he has around him. Those deep balls weren't even close, and everything was floating up there. They were ducks, man. And I'll tell you what, man, I'm not that impressed with Drew Brees either to start. I think he's getting old. You got to remember these guys are getting on the other side of 35 pretty far. I mean, there comes a point. I mean, fucking A, you think Lenny Dawson's going to come back out there and lead the Chiefs later this year, you know? I mean, he was an all-time great. Where's Terry Bradshaw right now, you know?
Well, I think Drew Brees is younger than Peyton Manning's younger than I think he's like 34, 35 or something.
No, Brees is older than that. But let me tell you, the difference here with both teams is Peyton Manning, they got him stocked. They got an all-pro offensive line. They got great wide receivers everywhere around him.
Yep.
And, you know, he can still get the job done. Plus, you know, his arm doesn't have to be as strong. You know, Drew Brees is down there throwing at Bayou level. Peyton Manning's mile high, dude. So the ball's going to go a little further, you know.
It's going to flow, very true.
But I'm not impressed with Brees. I mean, that New Orleans offense was a complete and total mess. And remember, I mean, the Cowboys were supposed to be the worst defense ever, right? So, I mean, that wasn't even a game. Now, Phillip Rivers on the flip side is, you know, that guy's so underrated. I know Sam hates him.
He is.
I hate the guy.
But, I mean, that guy, he's a player, dude, and has been his whole career, man.
Yes, that's true.
Great game, though, Mark, man. Great game. You're killing
thank
it.
You. 199 points. I think I would have beat pretty much everybody.
Yeah, that would have taken everybody out, Mark.
Yeah.
Sadly, my 124 would have taken out a lot of teams, but...
You know, I would like to add about the Tom Brady situation. You got to feel sorry for him a little bit because he did restructure his contract because, you know, so that way his team can build around him. His GM can get players around him, but nope, they cut his offensive lineman, one of the better offensive linemen, before the season.
You're dealing with the Dark Lord Sith over there. There's no reason to take less money when you are the only star on the team.
Yep.
He's the draw.
And with that pay reduction he did, I mean, he's probably a little distracted from having to dry cars at the car wash each week too. So I mean, it's probably taken away from his practice time, right?
but no, congrats, Mark. That's very impressive. All right, let's go on to the next matchup here. Let's go to Scott Poyd. I hate saying that, and Nasty Habits. Scott.
I got this one, Mark. I got this one.
Oh yeah.
Because I've been having to listen to Scott cry all week long. Last night was all about his age, you know. It's just, they lost the game. It's just a collapse. But before that, it was completely all over. It's New England. I mean, Jesus Christ, nobody saw New England collapsing like that. But that's been a long time coming. We could spend this whole podcast talking about how nobody takes a lick of pity on New England going down, okay? And if you think anybody's going to lighten up or overlook him this year, I think there's 31 teams and at least 20 capable that have just been licking their lips, dying to get them in this situation, right? I mean, this game this Sunday could be fucking ugly, dude. I mean, Cincinnati, who's probably, one of the best teams. But anyway, Scott runs New England out there, and he bitched because, I took San Diego from him. Well, Jesus Christ, I mean, I get the number one pickup every week because I never win, okay? And then I don't score. So eventually, at some point, I'm going to win a game just on attrition, So, so he lost. I mean, Angel had a nice game, Stafford. Again, hey, let's talk about a problem here, though. Calvin Johnson, number 1, 3 out of 4 weeks. Worth jack shit, dude.
Wow.
Played decoy. Played decoy last week. Mm-hmm. Actually, really was a decoy. That was it. And
you think Matt Asiata is going to pick up 3 touchdowns for him every week going forward, to make up for it?
Is it Asiata? It's not Asiata?
Yeah, it's Asiata, yeah.
It's the guy that won't be starting in 4 weeks, right? So, and I mean, Donald Brown, boy, it's a good thing they signed him so he could go out and do nothing. I mean, seriously, couldn't the Chargers get more out of, freaking Phillip Rivers, quarterback sneaking out there than they're getting out of these crap running backs? I mean,
yes, and I actually enjoy. I love that the running backs there are crap. I mean, he has to throw it. Mm-hmm. Let him throw it. Throw it to your heart's content, Phillip. Go, Phillip, go.
Throw it to Keenan. But nice game. Nasty Habits, he kind of keeps sneaking by here, I mean, it's a good game. I mean, I can't argue with it, but, Stafford got 38. It's all right. But, Calvin Johnson, I'm telling you, this guy is, and he is certainly not the bust of the league in the first 4 weeks. I think we all know who that is, and we'll get to him in a minute. But I think there's a concern. I mean, we're talking a guy that's now been running ankle injuries and knee injuries and everything the last couple of years, man.
Yeah.
And Flink Boyd, it's always good to hear him cry, but it's Hey, at least Doug Martin scored for him this week, so happy days.
Yeah.
That was nice. He's actually doing pretty good. I thought his receivers were pretty. I mean, at least two of them are pretty good.
He's got a good team,
Dennis
man.
Bryant and it's a solid squad. But
Yeah,
again, that New England start was it was almost better to take 0, huh?
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you reverse that negative there and you just say they kind of come out with, let's just say we put them at 10 points positive, which isn't an unreasonable expectation. I mean, the guy's running 150 points with that starting lineup. So, hey, New England, I think they'll have better days. That was just Kansas City was electrified that night.
At home, too. Rob, you being a Chiefs fan, you know how good Kansas City is at home.
Well, I'll tell you what, I do, and I got my tickets for the 29th row on the 40-yard line for the Jets at the Chiefs on November the 2nd. So my wife and I are going back there. We were going to go back to see the Raiders in December, and then finally about, I don't know, the entire world that's ever been to Missouri talked some sense to me going, dude, are you an idiot?
Yeah, don't.
It won't be cold in early December. It's cold in January and February, right? So,
we're used to California cold. That's a completely different animal.
Well, yeah, I mean, what do you say, Mark? So our low is their high. I mean, it doesn't get any worse at night in Missouri, does it?
It gets pretty cold in Missouri.
Yeah, I know. Last time I was there in the wintertime, dude, it was 2. Okay, so.
So when that happened.
Yeah, so we're at that game, though.
Fleetwood took the L, and we are on to the next matchup.
Let's go to New Denver versus Revolution. Wow, New Denver put up 156.
Yeah, I really was rooting for Manny on this one. I really was. I mean, somebody has to catch Don. He's on fire right now, and Andrew Luck is just, he's everything Drew Brees was a few years ago.
Yep.
I mean, it's hard to see him stopping. I mean, he has like the easiest schedule in the league, and he's gonna continue to do this shit. I don't who's gonna stop him. I don't know.
I mean, even in a game like that, where it's like he doesn't even have to throw in the second half against Jacksonville. I mean, he just embarrassed him so bad in the first half. He put up 44 points. The guy's, he's the ugliest motherfucker in all of football, though. Does everybody agree with that?
I don't know. Marshawn Lynch is pretty up there.
Marshawn Lynch, I forget.
Marshawn, he looks a lot better now. Marshawn looks a lot better than but Andrew Luck, he doesn't get any offers for, like, you haven't seen him on a commercial yet, have you?
Yeah, not like Tom Brady commercials or anything like that. Yeah.
Dude, I mean, the guy's like slobbering out there on the field and stuff, dude. I mean, I know he's a Stanford grad and all that, but you look at him, it's like, man, you're like Wolverine with a hangover, dude. I mean, he's just terrible, man. Yeah, Don's rolling, dude. He's got a good team.
Yeah, he is. He
does.
And he always does. He always has a solid squad. And was it last year that he was putting up like huge numbers, and it just so happened that whoever he was playing just so happened to have a great game and just barely beat him, So Don is always somebody you have to look out for.
Nope.
And
he's so quiet and mellow, man. Don's like Mr. Laid Back. Yeah, Rob, you had a good game, man. Good. I mean, he came over on Friday night. I was in the middle of a ticket frenzy and eating dinner at the same time because I was trying to get plane tickets booked out there. So I probably came off a little rude to the poor man, and then I had to walk outside and said, Don, it doesn't have anything to do with you. But he was one of the guys that talked me into not going to see the Raiders. And really, he should have just been able to say, dude, it's the Raiders. And you go, oh, yeah, why would I waste my money on that? But he's, Don's problem is the playoffs, dude. Hey, let's jump ahead to the next game, Sam.
All right, let's go to Lodi Burgers versus you, Gango Green.
All right, so let's go on to the next game, Sam.
Wait. He just barely lost, Rob. He just, by like, what is that, 12 points? 12 points.
Okay, Tay and I, man, we both lost on the same bullshit. The tip, what the hell?
Steve Smith tip.
Drill with freaking, Grandpa out there, man.
Yes.
Dude, I mean, I lost to the AARP club this week. Frank Gore and freaking Steve Smith, man. Come on.
Well, Rob, it's all business. As Steve Smith put it, it's all business, nothing personal.
Yeah,
hey, good game for him. I mean, and good to see. I mean, I've always been, dude.
Yeah, and he really shot himself with a double-barrel shotgun in the foot between New Orleans and Atlanta. I mean,
yeah.
No one was expecting that. No
he gave you a
one.
chance, Rob. He gave you a chance.
I know he gave me a chance, man. Hey, both of him and I'll point out that I had Manning, Bernard, Michael Floyd all on by, and those have been my three best players. But he had A.J. Green and Julian Thomas. I would like to, after we move off this game, as Game Green goes 1-3, I'd like to personally thank Michael for improving my wide receiving core. I think it was a brilliant choice to drop Emmanuel Sanders for Steve Smith instead of such greats as rookie Brandon Cook. So I would like to think he'll look much better on Game Green there with Manning going to him than Marcus Wheaton. And last I checked, I needed more guys that got yards, not touchdowns. So now I got the monopoly running on that thing. But he was the leader in receiving yards last week. For the season. So very, very odd drop, man. I know Michael's a Saints fan, but come on, Michael. And how much longer is he going to hold on to AP, dude? He ain't coming back this year.
He ain't coming back this year, no.
Hey, Mike, spin the 5, man. Just spin the 5.
Well, he's spinning the 5 every week, but he's like, I know Peterson's coming back, man. I know what they're going to do. Court case is going to help me out. It's like, what the hell, dude? Dump him, man.
Somebody's going to pick him up, though. You just know it. Somebody's going to pick him up. That's all right. $5.
For what reason? He's not coming back this year, man. He's not coming back, man. Next year, this isn't a dynasty league, dude.
Yeah, this isn't a keeper league.
You might as well pick up freaking I don't know, find anybody, man. J.J. Watt, dude's got more potential for scoring than Adrian Peterson does at this point, man.
All right, no, but Rob, you did well. You're improving every single week. Like I said, it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, I'm going to get that second one yet, man. Give me till November, baby.
All right, let's go.
Rob, we've seen you make runs before too, Rob. You've been down.
Yeah. Hold on a second, guys. Stop the horse shit here. I know I'm the New England Patriots of this league. There ain't nobody crying for me.
Come on, Mark. Don't patronize him.
Much less myself, man. I know I'm better than this. This team's driving me crazy, man. I keep looking at these names every week going, dude, how can I be the worst team in the league, man? And it's just, I literally, dude, I'm just not getting touchdowns, man.
Well, there's one thing that you can say. You can always take it to no one and say, look, this is what you did to Daddy's team. This is what you did.
Hey, man, I've been doing this shit for over 20 years. Here's the thing about it, man. You'll have every possible season known to man, if you're playing along enough. This is the year. I'm just astonished by it. Just, really? Mark, you saw the play probably. You had him on your team. Rashard Jennings is like the story of my week, dude. I win basically with that play. He knocks the guy over on the 2.
Exactly. All he had to do was get in there. That's it. Yeah.
It's a tough play, man.
Yeah.
So let's move on.
All right, let's go to my matchup against Bruin Maniacs. And I only scored 135 points, not too much, but it was good enough to win Bruin. And I'll confess to you, Rob, I am a lucky 3-1. Okay, let's just put it like that.
Well, your team's. I'll turn this one over to Mark. I talked a lot in the last one, but I will say 3-1. You're not that lucky. 503.5 is not that bad. But my only comment on that game right there is that was Aaron Rodgers, dude. I bring up the discussion on. At this point, is he better than Brett Favre? In the history of Green Bay, that was a hell of a game, dude.
Could be. And remember last week you said, Rob, Aaron Rodgers pointed out to relax. Tell people to relax.
Also
relax.
He was, I think he was having some double his pleasure oral fun.
That's right.
I obviously have to.
You did. I actually thought that you did. Your team. I don't know about Vincent Jackson or either the Jackson 2 that you have there, but. Everywhere else you're pretty solid. Plus, you always hit the waiver wire to, strengthen and fortify your squad. So I actually thought it was. I wanted to look and see who started Kansas City's defense, and I thought that was pretty nutsy to start them against the Patriots.
Yeah. But, at home, but honestly, I was scared of Green Bay because of what happened to them last week. So I wanted to stay away from that. And I was like, Kansas City at home, okay,
Well, my thing with that one was, I kind of thought the same thing, but you'd like to say, going in. I have this thing in football where home teams tend to overlook bad teams. So you really can't take much out of that Patriots-Raiders game until you realize now that the Patriots are trying as hard as they absolutely could, and they could only hang 16 points.
They could not, right? Yeah.
You know, and that's 3 weeks in a row where that offense has just been awful. This wasn't a one-time Arrowhead thing. They didn't do anything in Minnesota. It was all defense. They didn't do anything against the Raiders, and the Raiders haven't won on the freaking East Coast in 8 years now or something.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know hey, Kansas City's defense was worth. They were only worth 32. That ain't right.
Yeah,
Man.
it was more.
I want to recount.
We cut the scores in half and all that, but what would they have been worth? I mean, under our old score, and I love
last year's score. Yeah.
Oh, they would have been worth 42. They would have picked up 10 more points, but it seems like they should have been worth about 175 just on style points alone, dude.
Very true.
I mean, and then again, it wasn't too hard on some of those interceptions. I mean, I don't know which of the two, probably the second one where Brady's like throwing over the middle and all you see, I'm like, dude, I mean, I think a junior high kid could pick up that zone.
Yeah,
I mean,
I saw that. It was like a flash of red is all. I'm like, that's a wrap.
Well,
I mean, and Tom Brady, he looks so pitiful. He just looks so pitiful.
He looks scared. We're not used
to seeing that. We're not used to seeing that from Tom Brady.
It
happens.
Hopefully he still picks up some phone numbers at the car wash job on weekends.
yeah. So don't feel too bad for him. Don't feel too bad for him.
Yeah. Well, he can always go work for Marvin Harrison. I heard he had a car wash where he had to shoot a guy.
Oh, that's right. Well, hey, Sam, man, dude, I'll tell you what, it's, you know, I said it last year, people, you know, I had to listen to Scott, well, my team's better than them all. Really? Because I got 4 more wins than you, so kiss my ass, dude. It ain't about who scores the most points in a season. We have a nice little $80 award for that at the end of the year. Kudos on that, dude. It's about making matchup plays and putting the guys out there. And sometimes you got to sacrifice guys to take points away. I mean, case in point, my game with Michael. I don't think he had any better choices because, you know, Adrian Peterson's, you know, down there like whittling sticks right now. But it's he runs Frank Gore out there. You know, he might have run him out there anyway. And what happens? Kaepernick throws a touchdown to Frank Gore. He gets plus 5 points on me on that play, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's how you play this league. It ain't about, hey, I put up 200 every week, I win. Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
You got to play this game. There's a lot of ways.
Yeah, points, although they determine who the winner is, points do not determine who the winner is.
Yeah, no.
And that's just the game. That's just the way the game is.
Yeah, you get 300 points in a week, and, you know, great. I mean, it's like I could be the top scorer in the league in 2 weeks here if I have 2 back-to-back weeks. It still doesn't mean my team's any good, so, you know.
Yeah.
So, hey, poor Don, he went down.
It's always nice, like at this particular point, because it's so wide open right now.
Oh yeah,
and it'll be wide open for the next few weeks. But I'm gonna try to start. I don't know. Maybe I can pay Don to take a dive. I don't know. I'll figure it out. No, you guys don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, no, hey, you know that your division's pretty good over there. I think Kelly Braves is getting a little. He's falling behind, but he can still get back in there, man. You know, he's got some heavy
Calvin.
Yeah.
Calvin and the Chipmunks. I don't know. I worry about Calvin. We'll see.
Yeah, I do too. And Gronkowski. I mean, Jesus Christ, though. But yeah, no, I mean, right now it's you and Don. I mean, you guys got some power teams, and Sam. I mean, you don't have to apologize for a W, dude. A W is a W. Ain't nobody going to remember in week 4. Nobody's going to remember in week 17 other than Scott when he's bitter. Oh, I should have won. And, you know, I mean, the only thing different is he didn't text me last year to bitch about my team, you know, about how his team was better than me. He just told everybody else, you know. So this year he can tell me about how, you know, so-and-so, he's better than everybody else. I mean, remember, he is the god of fantasy football that has won how many championships?
Close second.
Oh, he's close second.
Double tiebreaker. Had to go into a double tiebreaker.
Yeah, well, you know what? You know, Sam, what's your say this week? W?
Yes.
Yeah, and what's that one say? Who won the championship that year? Does it say, you know, weeping, Floyd, pinkish, whatever? No.
Yeah.
Moving on, Sam.
Moving on. All right. Let's go to Miami Sharks versus straight LA 49ers. Miami Sharks has Brady and Cousins. Oh.
Yeah. He dropped Romo for Cousins. That worked out.
Yeah.
No, I think he dropped.
No, he dropped
Russell
Romo
Wilson.
for Cousins. I know.
Oh. Then who dropped Russell Wilson?
Yeah, it was the 2 T's.
Yeah,
the 2 T's.
Oh.
Tom and it was Tony and Tom.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
I mean, because who would have thought that Kirk Cousins would suck after 3 games? That's never happened before, except for all 3 years he's been in the league.
I thought Kirk Cousins was better than. Well, he was absolutely abysmal the other night, but I thought he was better than that. I mean, he made the Giants. I thought it was Madden. That was terrible. That was awful. And then on the opposite side, I think that Luck and Rivers actually may be the best quarterback combination we have in the league right now. That's just sick.
Dude. Oh, no question.
It's crazy.
No question, man. Luck and Rivers is just sick, dude, man.
He got 87 points from Luck and Rivers by themselves.
Well,
I mean, look at the rest of the scores. That is, are you serious? Like, he didn't need anyone else.
Yeah,
he didn't need anybody else.
Hold on. Before we go further with this, all of a sudden my memory's been jogged. Make sure Straight LA sends you and me a Sixer, dude, because he better been on a flight to somewhere, you know, because...
he was out of town. He went to the Niner game against the Eagles.
Yeah, they played on Saturday? I must have missed that one.
No, they left on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, you don't get cell coverage in California, do you?
When you work for a good corporation, they send you places and they pay for everything. So he was out from like Saturday.
Yeah. Well, you know, this is a reminder to everybody. As a reminder to everybody, you can turn your rosters in whenever. So, you know, it turned out to be not too bad because he just as the commish will do, we will make sure we have a competitive league, and so we defaulted over to Mr. Rivas here to help with some of the decisions. But for the most part, you know, it was, you know, I mean, we're not going to let you bail out on the league and leave your team hanging. Not fair. You know, it's simply not fair to Savs and Golden State Heavyweight over there, to be honest.
It is not. It is not fair to them at all.
And, you know, and Dave's a good guy. I'm just giving him shit, but I mean, let's, you know, and he knows it, you know, but it's, you know, we don't have any problems with Mr. David Rivas, for God's sakes, or any of
in our
league. But
did you go to the next game yet?
Nope, not yet. Straight LA and Miami. Is that what you're asking about?
Straight LA dominated the game. Two quarterbacks that put up a lot of points, and I mean the rest of it's pretty boring.
Yeah.
Jordan Nelson again, man.
Well, yeah, but I don't. Jordan Nelson helped, but he didn't really need him or Carolina really. So Carolina took a beating, and he could have won had he not started Carolina without Jordy Nelson.
Well, that's who he started in week 3, so he got him in week 4. So, you know, Miami Sharks. I'm looking at this. I'm surprised these numbers actually add up to 100. I need to go back to elementary school.
Well, I'm sure it's an Excel, function, right, that you added with.
Yeah, there might be a flaw here. Hey, let's dwell for a second on this one. LaShawn McCoy, dude. Really? Another 1 point?
1 point.
1 point. 1 point.
Yeah.
God, I thought Eddie Lacy was busting, man.
Running backs taken in the first and second round, mind you.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, you know, I mean, the Chiefs there's some running backs starting to do business now. I mean, Chiefs look freaking great.
Donnie Avery was better than McCoy.
Well, I don't know. Let me do a cursory check around here. Lamar Miller was better than McCoy. Donald Brown. Brown was worth 4 points. He was 400% as good as McCoy.
And he ran the ball 72 times and got 40 yards. Wow. That is amazing. And going back just a little bit more than a month ago, you would take LaShawn McCoy in the first round.
I would have taken him number 1.
Number 1 overall pick.
Exactly.
Number 1. You had to.
Exactly.
I mean, it seemed like the lock of the year, even though that Sproles thing was concerning. But, I mean, dude, is he hurt? What's going on there, man?
I don't know.
I mean, that guy's too good.
Strange.
I
know the Niners defense is not that good. Really. No. I mean, you can't run against them. You got 1 point and you catch the ball. That is piddly. Very piddly. I can believe it.
No, it's bizarre, man. I mean, you see a guy that's kind of down a little early in the season. Maybe he's not getting touchdowns. Maybe, you know, he's had tough matchups. But, I mean, dude, this guy has let's all remember he played Washington a week ago. Did everybody see him on Thursday night?
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost quit watching football after that game, by the way. I was so pissed off at the
he got Washington's not, they supposedly have a pretty good, run-stop defense.
Yeah.
And I think that contributed to, he's just not had a good year. Yeah, I don't know if it's coming or what, but at this point, I would be considered dumping him.
McCoy? Is that what you say, McCoy?
I mean, I hope somebody does.
If I had McCoy, and I would consider drafting him.
Shut up.
I
No.
Drew Brees a few years ago. It's about who's productive now most of the time, right?
Sure, yeah, please do dump him. I mean, I'm all for it. I don't know if he'd be an upgrade over Bernard Pierce, but I might take a shot on him at least. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Well, the no start with Forsett and now Davis. I think Forsett was worth.
Yeah.
I think he could have won. Forsett and now Davis.
Yeah. All right, we better go quick here. Let's go through these last two games.
Let's go to the next game right here.
State, right?
Yep. Wolfpack and Balso Hard.
Hold on. We got to come back to Savs.
Wolfpack?
Yeah, let's go Wolfpack and Balso Hard.
Wolfpack. Okay. Yeah, Wolfpack. You know, he had a good game, dude. I don't know. He was. These guys, they kill me, man. I mean, it's like it's like they're 15-year-old boys out here on Sundays, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I mean, you're going to, I'm nervous going into Monday night. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. I mean, you start some guys, you move on with your life. I mean, it sucks to lose, but it's like, and of course, I love Todd and Scott dearly, and I will be sitting at the bar with them, and I would, of course, say all of this directly to their face, unlike Scott, who texts behind my back to people that his team's better than mine.
Yeah, but I really doubt, I really don't feel like Wolfpack should have won that game.
No, nobody does. Tay let him have it too.
I don't. The reason I say that is because if it wasn't for that Steve Smith, that ricochet catch that he made, had it not been for that, I think I'm 100% positive Tay would have won. I mean, that's just good luck.
And Tay started Foles instead of Stafford, but.
Well, yeah. I mean, and Tay started Donald Brown instead of Lacey, and Tay started. You get into outthinking yourself here a little bit. At least he went with Charles, man. I mean, it would have been quite hilarious if he had left Charles and Lacey on the bench, man.
Yeah. 40 points.
Well, that was the thing. I mean, maybe I'm not over my loss to Wolfpack earlier this season. I don't know. all I'm saying is I in my heart of hearts did not feel like he should have won that game. I really wanted Tay to win it, and it's okay. I'll get my revenge. I mean, we'll be fine. Yeah.
Well, congrats, Todd. All right, let's go to the last game, Savs versus Golden State Heavyweight.
Savs, the revenge of Savs. He's come across the
he got one.
To take down the Golden State Heavyweight. The Savs are victorious.
After what Mark gave what the Savs stand for again, right? After he mentioned that, and now they won.
Wow. Yes. Well, now means sometimes against victory squad. He got one, and that is wonderful that he's going in the right direction. And I don't know. I don't know what to make of Romo. I know Nick Foles is generally a stud. I don't know what happened in San Francisco, but he has a decent squad. I mean, his receivers are he's a little thin there, but besides that, I think he'll be okay. That game actually took, I don't know if Straight LA was on the bottom or what, but it took Golden State. He lost. Does Colvin call in, please? Do you make pickups? Because I rarely see his name come across the wire, man.
No, well, that's okay. We don't give him any money at the end of the year either, so.
Well, in that case,
it works out good.
Just keep making an investment in your team. I mean, you have a solid squad. I don't know about Ridley. I think Ridley has to get off mine. It's Ridley and a Bill Belichick offense that they are going to always lose. It just does not seem like it's going to work out well for them. And, I think Toby Gerhart scored. So, yeah, he did. So Toby Gerhart stood between him and victory? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, Toby Gerhart, baby.
Toby Gerhart? Are you fucking serious? This game came down to Toby Gerhart.
Yep.
That's awful.
Trust in your Toby Gerhart, huh?
Wow.
Oh,
Toby Gerhart could have won it for you, Big Dave. You'll have better games, and I think that it's going to be a slow fest over there in that division. But it's probably between him and Straight LA, as far as what I can tell right now. That Andrew Luck and Rivers combination is just fucking sick, man. It's sick.
Yeah, well, Straight LA should get going. But don't discount Savs, dude. The guy turned half his team over in the last week, and he's going to do it again this week, and then the next week, and then the next week.
And he'll have the best of the bottom.
Hey, he's a good player, man. I'm not going to argue with Jaime. He's up there. I swear he's going to put it together one of these years, man. I mean, it's just that He's pretty good on those pickups. Now, admittedly, if you throw a whole bunch of shit at the wall, some of it's going to stick, but he doesn't seem to have any problem rolling back around the next week. All right, we're done with that. Let's finish up quick, Sam.
Let's finish up quick. Okay, so no bold predictions, but this time we're going to do something new. Overreaction of the week. Let's go with you, Rob. What do you think?
Overreaction of the week. Kansas City Chiefs are back, baby.
That's an overreaction.
Well, no, you know what? I've given Jamal Charles a ton of crap this year, but I'll tell you what, the best thing that could have happened was him going down for a week or two there and getting that Nile Davis in there. And, I mean, dude, that gives you basically, I mean, really pretty simply your thunder and lightning type situation there, right? I mean, Nile Davis juked whoever the hell that Patriot was. That was just...
Yes, he juked the shit out of it. Yes,
oh, my God. That was a beautiful play, man. And then it just makes Jamal Charles look faster out there. And, I mean, in a league that is set up to defend the pass, you know, this might not work in fantasy as I'm proving this year, but in a league set up to defend the pass, if you can run the ball like that, you're going to win some games, man. You know?
Well, Rob, speaking of that, do you think the Chiefs are going to go to a two-back offense by committee?
I think they already have. I don't think
there's
a question about it, man. Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, Nile Davis is a player, man. I mean, there's no question.
Yeah.
And Jamal Charles is a player. And I think, God, by the way, that Travis Kelce is a player, you know?
Yeah, I actually got Travis Kelce in another league and as like my number one tight end because there was so much buzz coming off him. But when I really went and looked and then I saw some tape, oh my God, he is a monster.
Oh, he's got great feet, man. You know, I mean, that guy's a player, dude.
I'm like, they got Fasano from Miami over there, and I was thinking like, get him the fuck out of here. Get a player in there. Get a player in there. Let him catch the ball, and that's the thing. He's played more snaps than he could on or the most snaps he ever played in the last game. And I think they have to give him a bigger slice of the pie. Man.
Well, they said even I read today he was in on less plays and was more impactful. But Sam, Dan, I know you got Nile Davis and you got Jamal Charles out there. I think this might be one of those. I mean, this does happen. I mean, it's one of the rare situations where both guys are worth having, man.
Yep, definitely.
I mean, it looks like Charles is still going to get the TDs in there for the most part, but I mean, dude, when Nile Davis, who's your power running back, and he's and a fast one at that. I mean, he's running off 48-yard runs and stuff, picking up. I mean, he actually outgained Charles in that game, right?
Yes. Charles only got 92 yards rushing here.
I mean, Kansas City, it's funny. We all talk about football and listen to all this crap out there, and they didn't do this, and you buy into it because they tell you, and you think these guys on TV are smart, and then you actually realize, the guys that are actually, who get paid and whose jobs are on the line for this stuff are actually, putting a product out there. They might know these guys. I mean, so that's my overreaction. I mean, you watch the Chiefs game, obviously you're stoked, but. At the same time, you got to be feeling a little bit pretty good about that because they can do that to some other teams.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Mark, what do you got?
As far as overreaction goes, I don't have really an overreaction. I don't think it's an overreaction. I just wanted to go out and tell everybody I'm the greatest fantasy football player ever. I have completely destroyed and decimated most of the people that have come against me. I feel like I may not even go defeated. I just scored 199 points, better than anyone in the league. I'm the top scorer. Recognize, realize before you get chastised and baptized.
Yep. You're only 6 points away from first place for overall points. I mean, you're up there.
You know what? That 6 points right there. I don't like the number 6, and that's the reason why I stopped. I actually. I did my homework, and then I decided to myself, you know what, I'm going to stop 6 points shy on purpose. I'm obviously the greatest who's ever played this game.
Well, Mark, I think that's inarguable. I mean, you are the greatest 10-year vet who's made the playoffs once or twice, right? So, I mean, it's, we do give it up to you, dude. I mean, a 20% average on making the playoffs where, 6 out of 16 teams do it. I mean that's tough, bro.
Well, that is one of my many blessings, Rob. Thank you so much. But I just want to go out there and tell all of you guys, I got Revolution coming up next, and I can't wait. I can't wait for that game. I'm fucking I'm wet.
Licking
that game. Thinking about that game right now.
Dude, he's still pissed at you about that Prince comment, bro.
Huh?
So he's still pissed at you about that Prince comment.
No, he shouldn't be pissed at me because I know he loves Prince. And we all love Prince, but I was actually a little surprised he didn't show up wearing a raspberry beret.
Oh, man, we worked this out before the call.
Hey, Benny, me and you, bruh, this week is going down, and then afterwards you can come over here for a tri-tip sandwich.
There you go.
All right.
There you go. All right, yeah, that will conclude the podcast for this week. Don't forget to turn in your waivers.
No, you have to overreact too, Sam.
Oh, mine is simple. Like Aaron Rodgers said, relax. Don't overreact on the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers, my man. I'm going to ride him all the way through this season. Keep putting up those numbers for me.
As long as he starts handing the ball to Lacey, I'm right there with you, baby.
Let's see. But,
all right, gentlemen,
all right, thank you very much. And, hit those waiver wires. All right, Rob, Mark.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you, guys.
We'll see you guys.
All right, fellas.
Bye-bye.
Peace.